Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. This time we are going over some really cool Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links news that we just got a couple of days ago. This does have to do with two new characters, one that will be unlockable and one that will be a roaming event that will come to the app Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links in the month of March. At the moment, everyone's favorite blue-haired boy, Bruno / Antinomy from 5Ds, is currently unlockable. So if you've not played Duel Links in a while and you want to unlock him, make sure you hop over on the app. I believe he's going to be unlockable on the 28th, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But the event has started, so you can start getting some stuff and get ready for your opportunity to officially unlock Antinomy. But we are not here to talk about Antinomy, and you know I do not make Duel Links videos often, but whenever there are new characters that are announced and are coming out, I do like to cover it because I feel that's more kind of my speed, you know, with the anime being a main focus of mine and the main focus of the channel, so it kind of all works out. And I gotta be honest, the character that we are getting in March is not a character that I am necessarily too excited for, if I'm going to be completely honest, and I guess that's where we're going to start. So if you look at the update from February 24th, it does say in late March, so this will probably be about a month away, you can obtain a new legendary duelist, obtain a certain character, collect event-exclusive items to challenge the event character, and the only hint we got is in quotation marks, go dice roll. So this is obviously going to be Duke Devlin, the creator of Dungeon Dice Monsters from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. It's kind of surprising to me that Duke has not been added to this game already. I would have just assumed that he would have been added to Duel Links, Duel Monsters World when Bakura was added, when Tristan was added, you know, when the original crew was added. I kind of just always assume or think of him as part of that crew, but obviously he kind of joined a little later, and I guess that's why they waited on him. The reason I'm not too particularly excited for him is just because there's probably about 20 other characters that I can name off the top of my head scattered throughout all the worlds that I would have rather seen. I mean, we only have 5 characters at the moment in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal world. I know we're getting a 5Ds character now, but there's still a lot of 5Ds characters that would be really cool to unlock. And then I think of GX, you still have Atticus Rhodes, you still have Jim Crocodile Cook out there. There's still some GX characters, and that's not even including the season forecast that I would really like to see. Supreme King Hao is one that would be amazing. So there's still a lot of characters that I would definitely rank well above Duke Devlin. And because we only get one new character every month, I would have rather seen a different character. And so to the Duke Devlin fans out there, I do apologize. That being said, it's still cool that he's coming. It's cool that they're adding him. The Duel Monsters world is already very bloated in comparison to a lot of the other worlds. It definitely has the healthiest array of characters, as you would imagine. It's the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Most people that play Duel Links that maybe don't really follow the anime probably tend to stick with the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters because that very well could be the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime they are familiar with, and Duke Devlin is a more iconic character than a lot of the spin-off characters that I just named, simply because the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Is always going to hail in comparison to the spin-offs from a popularity perspective. But when you have a major nerd like me who, you know, loves all the shows pretty equally, of course I'm going to lean towards more important characters in the spin-offs. But it absolutely makes sense for them to try and complete the array of Duel Monsters characters and make the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters world as filled as it possibly can be. Honestly, when it comes to Duke, I'm surprised that they added like a Shizu and Marek and Odeon and all the characters in Battle City before they added Duke Devlin, because if they were going from a time perspective, and I don't know if they were, I genuinely picked up Duel Links like 8 months ago, so I don't know the order that these characters were revealed in. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do Duke Devlin maybe, again, right when that main group got released, because I consider him to be a part of that main group. So when I read that Duke Devlin was coming to Duel Links, I literally thought to myself, I was like, he's not in Duel Links already? Really? Even though I've been playing the game for so long, I was like, I just thought he was like kind of a Weevil and Rex and kind of just a forgettable character for me when it came to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Obviously, I like Duke Devlin a lot more than Weevil and Rex. So again, I don't mean to put him in that category, but just in terms of characters that I play as in Duel Links, I don't really play as Weevil, Rex, or Tristan, or any of them. So I was kind of surprised. At first, I thought I was reading that wrong. But yeah, Duke Devlin's finally coming, and let me know your thoughts on whether you're excited for that, whether you're kind of like me and you're like, I would have probably preferred some other characters. But he's coming, and, we'll be unlocking him live on stream, so we'll do that in late March. But in mid-March, we have a roaming character coming, which is really fascinating. So the character that is coming in mid-March, remember, this is a roaming event. It's not going to be an unlockable character. Win duels to obtain the new ultra rare card Labyrinth of Klein and the super rare card Genex Ali Volcanin. And the quote is, bow before the Mech Lord Emperor humans. We don't exactly know who this is going to be. It's really between two characters, and I'll give my personal thoughts a little later on as to who I think this is going to be. A really cool note when it comes to Labyrinth of Klein, this card was actually used. I believe it was used against Yusei when he dueled that ghost character at the very beginning of the brand new season when Iliaster finally made their presence known. The three forms of Aporia appeared, which was in episode 65. As we know, the Dark Signers arc ends in episode 64. So literally the first episode of Season 3, a lot of people consider it to be Season 3 of 5Ds. This card was used against Yusei, so that's kind of a cool symbolism there, a little bit of a synergy fun fact with the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds anime. Bow before the Mech Lord Emperor humans. It's got to be Aporia or one of his three versions, which would most likely be Primo or Placido. Now, it fits Primo way more than it fits Jacob, and I think the other one was Lester or Luciano, I think in the sub version, the younger version. Basically, if you don't know who Aporia is, he's one of the main villains of 5Ds later on in the show. He's got three versions of himself from different points of his life. One from when he was younger, one from his, edgy teenage years, which is Placido, and that's why this quote kind of fits him better, and one when he's much older, and I believe the older one was Jacob, younger one was Lester. I always get their names confused, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. So this is either Aporia or it's his edgy teen version, Placido. Personally, I believe that this is going to be Aporia. The reason I believe it's going to be Aporia is because if they have Placido as a roaming event, and assuming we're going to unlock him, months down the road, because I feel like roaming characters usually, I don't know if they always do, because again, I haven't been playing for that long, but I feel like most of the time, they are eventually unlockable. So whoever this character is, if he's going to be unlockable down the road, and it is Placido, that means you probably also have to add Jacob and Lester, the other forms, or the other versions and eras of Aporia, to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, right? Because it would be kind of weird to have Primo there and never add the other two versions of Aporia. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links right now is so, I would say, to a degree, kind of overwhelmed. They probably don't feel overwhelmed, but overwhelmed when you think about the amount of characters that they could add to this app. And if they're really adding just one character a month, that's 12 new characters a year, and now when you have so much of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal World to fill up, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal World is still very, very desolate. It's still very isolated in comparison to the other worlds and the population of Zexal World. When you have that whole new world to fill up, and when you still have a lot of characters from 5Ds, I'm happy we're getting Antinomy, but I think of Sherry. I would love to see Zone one day. I would love to see Aporia. If you add Placido or Primo, you probably have to add the other two versions. And so for that reasoning, I think this is going to be Aporia, and I think they're going to skip over the three teenage versions of him, or the three human versions of him that make up his memories. That's what I believe for that reasoning, just because that's two extra characters that they would have to add if they went down that route, you would assume. Granted, they haven't added all the Dark Signers. We're probably never going to get Dark Signer Misty. I know Watt 007 is very upset about that. So, maybe they wouldn't add the other two versions, but I feel like it would be weird to have one of his forms and not the other two if they go ahead and add Primo. So for that reason, I think in mid-March, we are going to have an Aporia roaming event. That's my prediction. That's what I believe. I could be completely wrong. It's got to be most likely. Actually, it's definitely got to be Primo or Aporia. So please let me know down below which character you think it's going to be. I'm actually really excited to hear your predictions on that. And again, let me know if you're excited to unlock Duke Devlin. I tried to make that as epic as I could in Duel Monsters, Duel Links world. I'm excited to hear what you all have to say down below. And thank you so much for watching this video. Again, we do not do Duel Links videos here often, but whenever there's news about new characters, I do like to go over them and cover them because I feel like that's anime related enough. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below and let me know which character you want unlocked next. Make some predictions for what character you think we are getting after Duke Devlin. I'll talk to you down below. Thank you all so much for watching. And a special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Panther J, Blue Maiden 28, Jarrett Buller, and Aura Dragon, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, and Anime Kaput, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, XZ's Lover 104, Pegasus Seiya, and Stella Sky. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon, and thank you to everyone who's a YouTube channel member. Without you guys, I would not be able to do this. I stream over on Twitch, twitch.tv/SuperDeepRot. Link will be in the description if you want to follow me over there. Thank you all so much for watching. I will talk to you down below, and I hope you have an amazing day.